Hello everyone, my name is Calen, and today we're going to talk about portmanteaus. It sounds like a big, scary French word. If you look it up in the dictionary, originally a portmanteau was a big suitcase that made of leather that folded into two equal parts. But in English vocabulary, a portmanteau is what I like to call a word witch, a word sandwich. Two words crushed together to make a new word. Let me give you an example. Brunch. Has anyone heard of that word before?
Yeah.
What two words make up brunch? Right. You got breakfast and lunch. Cool. Let me give you some other ones. About one of my personal favorites. Frenemy. Have you heard of frenemy before? What two parts make up? Right, you got friends and enemies. So a friend that is not so much a friend. So you guys have heard of some portmanteaus. Do you have any examples you can think of?
What about lunch and dinner? Can that be one?
That could be one. What would it be then? What would you think it would be? If it was lunch and dinner, what would you call it?
Dinner?
Dinner. Pull the L from lunch. Dinner. I like that. Dinner. I don't know if that's so commonly used, but we can start using it.
Oh, romance.
Bromance. That's an excellent one. Has everyone heard of bromance before?
Yeah.
So what is a bromance?
I think, I'm not entirely sure, I think it's like brother and romance, or like, is that right?
So who can have a bromance?
Two guy friends that can have a romance, I guess.
Right, yeah. So it's like brother and romance. Yeah. Very common between two guys that seem very close. Yeah. But they're very masculine still. Yes. Any others that you can think of? What about words that you think that we should have that are not actually portmanteaus? Kind of like linner. I've heard it before, but it's not so common. If you could make up your own portmanteau, what do you think a new word that we could make up?
I'm thinking about like different kinds of food.
Yeah.
That you can maybe combine two kinds of food to make something else.
Do you have anything in particular you're thinking of?
Hamwich. Like a
Ham sandwich.
Like this? Sandwich? Technically, actually, cheeseburger is a portmanteau. Because the original was a hamburger, but I never actually knew that was a portmanteau until recently. I just thought hamburger, cheeseburger. No, that's technically a portmanteau as well. A hamwich. I like that. What other kind of things might a portmanteau be useful for? I like the ideas of foods. I feel like there's probably a lot of things like that. Even a lot of brand names also. I don't know if everyone's familiar with this, but
What's a Lunchable?
a
Oh,
Lunchable.
is it like a square thing that's got like some crackers?
Yeah, like it's like a pre-packed lunch. Usually it's got like crackers and ham and cheese or pizza or whatnot, but it's a brand name. And it's, very, especially in America, it was very common for when you went on trips, school trips. It was really exciting, but that's actually a portmanteau as well.
Banoffee pie. It's like banana and toffee, right?
That's one I've never heard of. How do you spell it?
But like the rest of toffee without the T. Banoff, B-A-N-O. Banoff-E. Banoff.
E?
I don't know.
Yeah. Coffee.
No.
What, that's
It's a dessert. It's like a banana and toffee, like dessert pie, we call it banoffee.
Oh,
Like banana and toffee.
yeah, that makes sense. That's cool. Yeah, there are a lot of brand names that have very interesting portmanteaus. Is there anything else you can think of? Or something else that would be useful?
I don't know if these are proper ones, but maybe like frogget, like frozen yogurt. Frogget.
I feel like I've heard something like that.
Go-Gurt. The
Go-Gurt,
brand they have there.
yeah.
Another brand.
Yeah. Okay, so yogurt to go. Yeah, it's the long, thin tubes of yogurt that you can take with you wherever you might go-gurt. That is a good one. And I guess along the same lines, well,
Froyo.
Froyo. Yeah, you were on to something there. You knew there was something there. Yeah, Froyo, frozen yogurt. And there are portmanteaus in nearly every language, things that make it a lot easier to speak. Things, little dialectical things. Is there anything else you can think of? There's tons and tons of them. There are so many that that I didn't even realize were portmanteaus. This one is not so much a nice one, but it's a fairly common one. Has anyone ever heard of fugly? Yeah, when someone is fat and ugly, something you should never call anyone. But it always gets a laugh when you bring that up. People that are not familiar, fugly.
Are these kind of a new thing? Like frenemy and fugly? I feel like they're words used in like today's culture. So
You're right, yeah. They're very much like slang and like hybrid English that, especially in this day and age of texting and tweeting and trying to shorten everything, speed through things.
Would they still be like a dictionary?
That's a good question. Some of them have been accepted into like the standard like Webster Merriam dictionaries, but some of them are slang, and if you were playing like Scrabble or something like that, they wouldn't count. So, does anyone else have any more portmanteaus?
What about email? Is that one?
It is. What is email? What do you think email is for?
Electronic.
Electronic mail, exactly. The E for electronic. Great. Can you think of any that would be any more that you could make up your own? Like hamwich or linner.
Is spam one? I want to think spam is one because like spam is like sort of ham. So it's
Spam is one. Do you know what this one stands for? I just recently.
Yeah, it's good.
Yep.
It's good. Oh, nice.
I don't know what that part is.
Spare parts. Spare parts. Yeah. Which makes you probably not want to eat it again, right? Yes, spare parts and ham. Yeah.
Doesn't sound so good.
No, not so appealing. So we're just about out of time. Does anyone have any more questions?
I mean, obviously the English language, which is what we're looking at here with portmanteau, so you're saying that these appear across many languages?
Yes, of course, in many different kinds of languages. So you might even know some in other languages that you aren't sure are portmanteaus. They're used in colloquial slang. Yes.
I know one in a different language.
Oh yeah? What?
Chimek.
Chimak. Yes, in Korean.
There's a lot in Korean.
There's a lot in Korean, yeah. So chicken, makju, beer, chicken and beer, right? So there are a lot. So there are a lot of different languages. Any other questions? Thank you all for being part of the lesson today.